It's often the case that when you distribute a questionnaire or a survey, that several of your items may need to be reverse scored. And so, for example, if we look at this type of response scale, you can see that each of these descriptors, strongly disagree, disagree, somewhat agree, agree, and strongly agree, are each associated with a value. So these values in the original scale range from 1 to 6. However, there are some items that may require reverse scoring where now the values range from strongly agree, which is the lowest value, 1, to strongly disagree. So we can recode these items using SPSS. So let's look at one of the items from the academic optimism scale. In item 3, if a child doesn't want to learn, teachers here give up. And so we can see that this scale, of course, is a 6-point scale, and it ranges from strongly disagree to strongly agree being the highest. So let's see how we can recode that variable. So we want to go to transform, and then I would suggest using recode into a different variable. That way you can keep the original data. And then we can see this is item 3. We'll click on that and move it over. And then we're going to rename that new variable, and I'm going to call it Q3R, designating that it's the reversed scale. And I can even label it question 3 reversed if I want to. And then I click on change. So now what that does is that forms a new variable to put the reversed values in. So then I click on old and new values. And so now in this case, my old value was 1, my original value, but the new one is going to be 6. And then I'll add that. My old value 2 is now going to be 5, and so I'll add that. The old value 3 is now going to be 4, and so I'll add that. The old value of 4 is now going to be 3, and I'll add that. The old value of 5 is now going to be 2, and I'll add that. The old value of 6 is now going to be 1, and I'll add that. So now you can see that we have reversed scored or reversed those values. And then I'll click on continue, and then I'll click on OK. And what you'll notice is if you toggle to the spreadsheet part of SPSS, that we now have a new column, and these are the reversed scores. And what you can even do is take that column and move it up so it's next to the original. So now you have the original values and the reversed values. Now there's one more step that you have to do, and this of course is in variable view, and so we have to label these. So now we have to use the reverse score label. So 1 is now strongly agree, and we'll add that. 2 is now agree, we'll add that. 3 somewhat agree. 4 somewhat disagree. 5 disagree. and 6 strongly agree. And then we can go OK, and then it saves our reversed scale values. Now when you make a new variable and you add those item scores together, you would use the reversed scale item to get your total scores.